they're being like, you're lying. Oh, I'm muted. There we go. All right, welcome back to the channel. I don't know why I've been starting all my streams on mute, but I'm here. Hello. How's everybody doing? So we have a 24-person local tonight. This seems to be pretty much the standard, I would say, in terms of how big these things have been getting. But yeah, Edison JANK. So we're using the JANK ban list that was just on the screen a second ago. And we're going to be playing 5 rounds of Swiss. 5 rounds of Swiss. Winner gets 20 bucks and the tournament winner roll. So they have 50 minutes. I think that I already started the tournament, so maybe someone's already playing. Let's see. Let's click watch, see what we can get. First of all, who is playing is the first thing. AJT's playing, and he's playing Joshua Johnson, which honestly, that sounds like a match that I do want to see. So what's his name? Johnson Balls? There we go. Johnson Balls. Let's watch Johnson Balls versus AJT. This is AJT's first Jank tournament, if I'm not mistaken. He is a renowned GOAT player, and I feel like this format definitely has a GOAT aspects to it because of how much slower it is than regular Edison. I told him that I think that this would be a fantastic format for him, especially in its current iteration where like chaos is so strong. So yeah. What's up, Steven? What time is it for you right now? Is it like 8 AM or something? Oh, this is not double elimination. This is Swiss. Let me change this to say Swiss. We are not doing a double elimination tournament with 24 people. That will take very long. Oh yeah, we're going to do 5 rounds of Swiss. So still like around 5 hours almost. Maybe 4 if we're lucky. It's 9 AM where you're at? Okay, nice. It's not too bad. In Japan. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Ready to stream. Ready to stream. But yeah, I'm excited. Another Jank local. We do have a 1K coming up towards the end of the month, like March 28th, and that is going to be in regular Edison format. So at some point, I will start doing regular Edison locals again. I know people have been asking about that. Like, am I going to do regular Edison again? And I will. But I really want people to get used to the Jank format and just being able to play their decks as much as possible in a tournament setting, because I think that in order to have a custom format, you need it to actually have tournaments. So, you know, I have to be the change I want to see in the world. Also, what the hell is Reckless Greed doing in Jank? First time using this shit card. Uh-oh, AJ's already mad. What's up, Red Gadget? Tell us why you made the Jank format. I'm curious why you made it. Because I'm tired of seeing the decks that already do well in Edison for the last... I've been playing Edison for 4 years personally. And so as someone who has topped with every possible like iteration of Frogs, and I've topped with Blackwings, Amaryllis, and all these other decks, at this point, you know, Frogs and Birds win literally every tournament except like 2 a year. That's not even exaggeration. So I made this format, which is basically a take on Edison, and so far people really love it. And I love that people love it. So yeah, here we are. I haven't topped Gigavice yet. I haven't tried to top with Gigavice yet. I'm sure I could. There's not really like a good deck that I can't top with. Gigavice is one of the top 10 decks, so I could absolutely just top a tournament with Gigavice. It's not really a big deal at this point. Did I see the new SEMO video? No. What's the topic of the new SEMO video? I hope we see Exodia. We did see Exodia last week, and Exodia fucking won a game, which was really scary because I was like, oh god, did I forget to like touch Exodia? Like, should I be concerned? But luckily Exodia is still not that good. It's playable in this format though. Like it's more playable than it is in regular Edison where you'll just die, but it's still not like a deck that you have to be super afraid of. Another doom and gloom state of Yu-Gi-Oh! Briefly touches on Konami and Ultimate Time Wizard. I will have to add that to my watch list. I have not seen that. I was very productive with work today, like my actual job, so I did not actually peruse YouTube too much today. His video is it too late to save Yu-Gi-Oh? Now, I love the title of that. I think this is literally what we talked about when he was on the channel a couple weeks ago, and we had that 2-hour-long conversation out of nowhere. So I'm definitely going to tune into this. So I'm going to add this to my watch later. Definitely going to add that to my watch later. So I'll listen to that tomorrow while I work. Or I'll go to sleep to it tonight. How long is it? 41 minutes. Maybe I'll go to sleep to it tonight or something. But yeah, I mean, SEMO's very, very intelligent as a person. I respect him a lot. Obviously, he's in the same creator space than me, and he's been in this space for over a decade, and he is very, very accomplished. He's made a great name for himself, made a living for himself, and I do think that there's a lot of merit to the things that he says when it comes to the state of Yu-Gi-Oh! As somebody who has played it for a very long time, like I have, and I'm a very old guy now, which is why we talk like this. We have to bring awareness to it. Otherwise, you know, Konami gets into the habit of believing that what they're doing is correct. And if nobody complains about it, if no one says anything, then they'll continue to do the bad shit. And we can see the impact of complaining when it comes to Konami, which is so weird because when I played modern Yu-Gi-Oh, complaining didn't do anything. But when I played retro Yu-Gi-Oh, the way Konami responded to the retro Yu-Gi-Oh community, literally dragging them last year over the Ultimate Time Wizard and the advanced rule set change and erratas they tried to impose. The way they got dragged on the internet for that, and the way they responded and actually like reversed that decision is so interesting because they don't usually do stuff like that. So, you know, even them putting out a clarifying article like, oh, you know, we're not going to be doing this. The Ultimate Time Wizard at Nationals is going to be exactly the same as it's always been. We're not forcing erratas. We're not forcing like the rule changes and stuff like that. And the reality is I think that Genesis format was always going to be the natural progression for them because they're always thinking about ways to increase revenue. So that, you know, it makes sense, right? Like I said, Genesis makes sense for Konami from a business standpoint. It really does. I think that it was always the plan once they got into retro Yu-Gi-Oh! And they realized like there's a market for that type of thing. He made the common sentiment that Ultimate Time Wizard wasn't a moneymaker. My counter argument is that Konami should want 200 plus retro players at a YCS. Those are the people that are more likely to buy new nostalgia. I mean, yeah, that's very true. Also, it definitely doesn't hurt to have 466 players show up to your tournament, like Nationals 2024, that are all retro players. Because while we're there, we're also adding to the economy of the YCS or the Nationals, right? Like literally us being there added to that economy. All the vendors ate off of us. Like I'm walking around looking for ultis for my retro deck. Vendors are providing old school cards because there is a market for it now. Do you think the Time Wizard deletion was a deliberately spiteful move? I do actually, but I also think that it, from their perspective, if they're really trying to monetize older cards at all, I think that like retro Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't really do that for them once they reprinted everything, which is really unfortunate. So, but yeah, I do think that there's a bit of spite and also a bit of like, there's definitely spite. I am of the belief that Konami is a very spiteful company. I do think that. I think that them giving Dark Ends for Genesis is also part of that spite. I think that them doing a YCS Genesis at the same time that they do regular YCSs is also like because it's basically all the things that were really meant for Edison and retro Yu-Gi-Oh in general that they could have done. They could have done a retro YCS and it would have been, I think that a retro Edison YCS, if Konami held one like a year ago, would have had 1,000 people, like easily. I think that if we were in the same room with the regular modern Yu-Gi-Oh players, I think we would have had 1,000 people and they would have been like, holy shit. Like, yes, holy shit, this format is huge. And people, if the biggest company in the business, the company that made the game, is actually going to do things as big as a YCS, and this gives people a chance to be like a YCS champion off of Edison, absolutely you're going to get a shit ton of people flying from countries, flying from out of state, booking hotels and everything, and it's going to feel like old Yu-Gi-Oh to all of us who play retro Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, they definitely got us for $30 chicken tenders while we were there. That's another thing, like, even the concessions ate off of everybody, right? I mean, you add 500 more people to a room, like, everyone eats, even the people who are trading, right? If you're a floor trader, if you're just a trader in general, like, not even necessarily there to, like, you know, make money or whatever. But yeah, like, if you're there for the purpose of trading and getting cards, and like some people go and they're like, yo, I'm meeting up with people we're gonna trade cards. Like, they have these ultis, people flying in from Europe, and they have like Euro ultis that we want in the Edison community. There's a lot of cool shit that comes with going to a YCS because they're so big, so you can basically find whatever you want. Like, if you're like, oh, I need a first edition ulti Vanity Scheme, if you show up to a YCS, like, you're gonna find it that weekend. 100%. Someone, if not multiple people, are gonna have it. Yeah, I don't know what the Genesis player numbers are either. I have no idea. Some random motherfucker named Steve will have a binder with whatever card you need. Yeah, exactly. Like, there will definitely be a Steve with whatever card you need. Come to RBT Paris. I might. I'm not sure. Is RBT Paris confirmed? Like, do we have an official, like, flyer and date and everything for that? There was around 180 players for Genesis. Wait, so the Genesis YCS only had 180 players? That's actually really small. Like, I'm surprised that, because it was a, like, official YCS. It wasn't like a side event. It was like actually a complete YCS, right? Like with full YCS pricing or something. Isn't that how they marketed it? I mean, Genesis is even newer than Edison, right? So, oh, that's the next one? Okay, so the next one is going to be, okay. It was a test run? Okay. I already feel like they're already failing that. Genesis is a failure so far. Like, if we're being frank about it, it is a complete flop. It has not been taken well by the player base because it really is just Modern 2, and the same decks that do well in Modern just do well in Genesis. So it's like literally just a departure from people who, like, if you suck at Modern, just try your hand at Genesis. Smaller, less competition. But like, it's ass. Like, it is factually ass. And the fact that they only got 180 people is kind of like a sign. That is a really telling sign. Also, like, Genesis is literally cannibalizing Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And vice versa. Like, they cannibalize each other because they're so similar. Like, because the decks that are winning both tournaments are very similar archetypes, if not literally the same archetype, it's like, what are we doing here? 11 of the top 20 in standings were Gears and Redo. I'm not surprised. Like that format is literally that is exactly what I would expect from all the smart people. If you are smart and you went to the Redo event, you were playing Yugioh. Like it was, the writing was very much on the wall. Retro Reborn event in Ohio this past weekend was excellent. That's good to hear. I will be at the one in San Jose in April, which is an Edison event. They couldn't even wait to make the decks from the newest pack as the best decks. Yeah, I think that until they officially separate Genesis from Modern, there's really no reason to play Genesis unless you like really don't like the competition that you're gonna face in the Modern YCS, because it's just harder. Like you have to play 15 rounds and you're playing against the best players in the world and the best players of like ever. So a lot of people are like, huh, well, I'll try my chances over here, especially if they're going to be giving out the same pricing. So that makes sense. But I'm not really sure what they're expecting. Like, I don't really know what they're expecting. Oh, let me also put my timer up. So let me check the timer. Do that. So Johnson Boss is fully playing like a Dragon deck. Like Dragon Turbo, basically. But without red med, so I wonder what his win condition is. I actually prefer Grassroots tournaments over Konami tournaments because Konami is just such a like harsh company when it comes to the way they treat players in general. And like I feel so free now that I am not at all under the thumb of Konami. Like I can speak as freely as I want as a content creator and critique them without feeling like if I say the wrong thing, they'll ban me, because at this point, like if they ban me, it doesn't do anything, right? Like I don't go to your events already. And I have no intention of ever playing Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! So like I can completely say whatever I want without fear of like, oh, if I say the wrong thing, they might ban me and then I can't go to Ultimate Time Wizards, right? So that is very nice. Because they do be like the police out here. Yeah, they could do Genesis a lot better, Reforge. I think that is a start, like having it be you choose blocks, like you choose like this section and they like, this is the section of Yu-Gi-Oh that we're legalizing for this Genesis format, this however long. Yeah, but did anyone see the video, Red Gadget? Unrelated, any reason why you haven't beat Rebirth FF7 yet? I just haven't been interested in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, if I'm being honest, since last year Monster Hunter Wilds came out, which completely derailed me playing that game. And then after that, I just was playing other games, like in general. Like you guys saw me playing The Last of Us, I played Ocarina of Time, I played God of War Ragnarok. I pretty much was playing a lot of other games, Clair Obscur, which was the best game I've played probably ever. And I just have had no interest whatsoever in playing Rebirth again. So at some point maybe I will, but like as of right now I still don't have any desire to play it. Otherwise I would have. What's up, Tengu? $20K subs, you enter Modern YCS. Nope, I wouldn't even do that for a 20K sub goal. It's not, that's not really even a great thing to do for a goal, honestly. Like I feel like that's not even like good for the people who are subscribing to the channel. A cowboy hat with a white tank is definitely something a Yu-Gi-Oh anime character will wear. Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, but then I could just like literally scoop. Like it. I can see the bright side of having newer archetypes, but balanced to be equal to older archetypes, but they really need to start at a much older format and slowly acclimate people to it. I just think that they still have not solved their biggest problem of getting players to actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, if you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh!, Genesis format is not the way into Yu-Gi-Oh! Genesis is not a gateway into Yu-Gi-Oh! It's actually worse because everything is legal. It's overload. How many cards are in Yu-Gi-Oh!'s existence? Over 20,000? There's no shot that somebody who's never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going to start with Genesis. And then if they start with Modern, good luck with that too. Because it's like, that's also just so complicated. Because then you add in Pendulum Summoning and Link Summoning on top of everything else. And the card pool's still too big in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Even outside of Genesis. Like, it's just too many problems. They have not figured out how to fix their game. And right now, they are actively losing to Riftbound and One Piece and Magic and everything else, right? Like, it's just nothing's beating Pokemon anyway, because Pokemon is the biggest IP in the world, period. So, like, I'm not even going to bring Pokemon up, really, because it's almost unfair. But, like, they could beat the other card games that didn't exist 5 years ago. And they're just losing to them, too. So it's like, Jesus Christ. Dragon. That was a really cool OTK he did with Dragon's Mirror plus Swing of Memories for Blue Eyes. 8,000 on the dot. That's cute. Is Topher? Topher's in this tournament. Okay, he is. I want to see what Topher's playing. What are you playing, Topher? Topher is playing Quillball Hedgehog, almost like Gigavice, but without... Actually, it could just be Gigavice, because, like, I don't see Gigaplant, but there's no reason to believe that it's not in the deck. This is cool looking. It's like actual plants. Topher cooked. One of the things I do like about Genesis, and it is something that could be really good, is if you are a really good deck builder, the Genesis is like a playground to you, and I love the idea of that for people who enjoy deck building in Yu-Gi-Oh! If that's like your thing, and there are a lot of people who that is their thing, then yeah, Genesis it could be great for you. It's not so great right now because, you know, K9 or whatever the fuck, right? You can just play like whatever. I don't know. I feel like I literally saw a week where a YCS was won by a deck called K9, and then the Genesis event was won by a deck called K9, and I was like, spot the difference. You guys are the best for running my GB deck today on Master Disaster. Oh well, we appreciate that you submitted it. Yeah, you guys, if you ever want to submit your deck list for Master Disaster, just send it to imnerdpodcast@gmail.com. That is our email address. We take listener letters for our podcast, and we take deck lists for Master Disaster. But yeah, this week the video that came out featured us playing a 60-card GB hero deck that was submitted by Lucas, I believe is the name, who appears to be currently in chat. Oh, the MST deck won both the main event and Genesis, and that is so fucking dumb. So K9, what is it called? The MST deck? It doesn't have like a name, like something Space Typhoon or something. Yeah, that deck won both events. Like, what are we doing? I started Riftbound. It's so refreshing. It's like everything you ever wanted from a game organizer. Radiant Typhoon, there you go. Radiant Typhoon. One for one Dandy in the Cyber Valley is so much worse than like Substitute. Like, because you don't even, it's not even a plus really, because the token, if you don't convert that token, it's just nothing. And like right now, the token could just be beaten in battle by any of those monsters that he has in his all monster hand. But I get it, like, you know, in this format you have to, but people do this in Edison, and I never understand the one for one Dandy in the Cyber Valley and regular Edison. Like, I feel like if I'm one for one Dandying in regular Edison, it's Toad every time. That shit is ridiculous. The Jank Wing Rhinos deck from the French YCS remains my favorite Edison deck of all time. I watch your Master Disaster every few months on it. Really? You rewatched the video, Amada? What video was incredible, Sasha? I forget about the Wing Rhinos Master Disaster video. Did something special happen? Like, I really don't remember. Was there like something specific that happened that was... I want people to play more Wing Rhinos, but I could also do another video with Wing Rhinos. If somebody has a list that they want to submit via our inbox. Oh yeah, I did do a frog video where I played versus Wing Rhinos, and I realized that deck can't deal with Dupe Frog and Substitute. And it took forever to win, but like eventually we did win. Wing Rhinos is very annoying to play against, though. I will say that it is definitely a deck that like it matchup checks you if you don't know the matchup. Like, good luck. Like, if you spend your days trying to hit those back rows that are all chainable and shit, it's just very obnoxious. Any idea of when the what if DMOC 20 might be? Because I got some brews. I don't have it planned, so there's no, I have no idea when that might be. There's no plan for the DMOC specific what if. Wing Rhinos reminds me of wind up rabbit decks. Yeah, it does give that vibe. It does give that vibe. I'm currently more focused on Jank, Sasha, than what if. Like, what if will be sprinkled in there here and there, but it's not a priority right now as much as just Jank format is. Because Jank format is so popular that it's going to be featured at like LDS events. They're going to have their own Jank side events on Sundays, which I think is a great idea. So that makes the format more real, because then people can play it in paper instead of just dueling book, which is really nice. Not Nettles out here whooping ass. What if you sneak a Shora or two? I mean, it's a vanilla 1800 monster if you just sneak a Shora. A vanilla monster that's 1800 that gets you banned is kind of stupid. You could just play La Jin though. Or Harpy's brother. Raigek. This card is in your graveyard. You can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You must control a tuner to activate and to resolve this effect. Polynosis, when a monsters will be normal or special summoned, or a spell or trap card is activated. Polynosis, huh? Personally, I'd be more interested in playing Edison JANK than something like Tango or Redo, so hopefully side events will be more popular. I think they will, because Edison is still obviously the most popular retro format there is. And having a branch off of Edison format is the clear, like I think Edison JANK will be more popular than Redo, Hat, all of the other like retro formats, but just because of how popular Edison format itself is. Like over time, I think that it could actually be bigger than the other retro formats, just because like people love Edison so much, including myself. Also because I actually make content for Edison JANK, where like there isn't much content for the other formats going on. That banished Quackimero sends, I believe, level 3 monsters to the graveyard. Or plant monsters or something. No, level 3 monsters. Level 3 or lower from your deck to the grave. Yeah, I mean, in general, I think formats don't really get popular until like content creators promote them anyway. Like, I mean, even Edison, right? Like Keegan was the content creator that was really pushing Edison format, which then got me interested in Edison format. And then I became a content creator for Edison. And then you have a bunch of other people, you know, making content for Edison, Beast Mode, Snack. And that really does help a lot when you have multiple people with different points of views and different experiences promoting retro format. But also, I'd still argue that the number one thing you need for a retro format to thrive and to last is that it needs to actually be good and enjoyable for the people who play it. Because no matter how much push you give to a shit format, it won't last if it's shit. Just like there's no amount of marketing you can do to make people play a format that genuinely isn't that good. Yeah, I have no interest in Redo, but you guys know that already. Like you do not see me really pushing Redo. And I never really have. Like I will do a video like every other year or some shit with like a Tengu, you know, Tengu or a Redo or a Hat or something. But at the end of the day, like you can count on one hand how many videos from those other formats are on my channel, just because like I just don't think that they're very good formats. Like I just don't care for them. And that is just not going to change really, because I've seen the gameplay. I also lived through those formats and I remember how unpleasant they were. And they've only gotten worse since I played them, which is like one of my other gripes, is they're more refined in the toxicity that they had even back then. Like 2012 was not a good year of Yu-Gi-Oh! I think I said that in the conversation with Simo when I was like, when did Yu-Gi-Oh! Really start to go downhill? And I think for me, like 2012, hand loop wind up, fucking Inzector punishing you for playing the game, like Dino Rabbit go first, set up a Omni Negate before we really understood the whole like Omni Negate nonsense, but that was like the beginning of that bullshit too. Like I summoned an Omni Negate turn 1, I set a bunch of back row, you can't play the game. Chaos Dragons just being a deck that doesn't play back row, so you get punished for playing back row removal, and then they just play a bunch of hand traps and like they kill you very early. And then you like wind up literally taking your hand away. It's like a lot of just unpleasant shit. Yeah, I have no inclination to re-experience that, which is why you guys don't really, like I said, this channel, you don't really see me doing any hard pushes for like the formats that I really don't agree with or don't believe in. Like I also don't like GOAT format, as you guys know. I think GOAT format is entirely too slow, but then the other formats after Edison are like entirely too fast. And they have cards like Solemn Warning, which I think Solemn Warning is so bad for the game. Like, oh my god. Like, what an awful card for the game. Just like, let's make going first even more of an OTK. Redo was my first competitive format I played when it was current, but I tried going back and playing it, and it just feels so bad. The Worm video, yeah, Worms was really funny. Luke loved Worms as a kid, and I think that it just has not really aged well. And yeah, it just didn't really age. Like, we tried that shit in a video, and it was butt. It was so butt. I forgot that we did that Worm video. That shit was so butt. It's like when we tried to do the scrap video. The scrap video was so bad in Tengu, I think. It was like awful. Redo is very dice roll and hand check format. Oh, like compare hands? Solemn Warning is terrible for the game, yeah. 2014 was a really good year for Yu-Gi-Oh, but 2012 and 2013 were just so terrible that many retro players left before they got that far. Yeah, I do think that those years did a lot of damage because that's also like an expensive period too. I don't know if you guys remember, but again, I lived through 2012 and 2013 as a Yu-Gi-Oh player at that time. Decks were very expensive. Like Dino Rabbits, like Rescue Rabbit, the card was expensive. Wind Up Rabbit was expensive. Solemn Warnings, like there was a lot of shit that was just expensive during that time. Maxis, all that stuff. Like then Dragon Rulers introduced Draco Sack and Spellbook of Judgment, Big Eye, and that shit was all expensive. And then like, yeah, it was just a very expensive time. So the barrier of entry was also like you had to shell out a lot of money, but then your options were limited. And then 2014 honestly felt like a big reset. I never thought that we'd go back to a format like 2014 where you're setting cards and it's okay. Like you can set like a bunch of back row and that's actually fine to do. And yeah, Hat is very interesting because Hat has Soul Charge, which I think personally is fine just because while it is a really powerful card, it's also incredibly fun to use that card. And it's at 3, so everyone has access to it. My problem with Hat though is that it is a little bonkers, cuckoo bananas. Like a lot of games are just so predetermined because of how broken Soul Charge is. Like you'll look at a Hat replay and it's like there's nothing this guy could have done to win this game. Like nothing, not a single thing. And I think that there are more of those games in Hat than there are in Edison. Like of games where you can look at a replay and be like, there's not a single decision point he could have made here that would have changed the outcome of this. And that's one of my problems with like other formats that get more powerful is, but I think Soul Charge is really fun. So there's a lot of promise with that. And then like the fact that Hands and Gear Gia and Spellbooks are all playable and all of those decks that I just named are like really slow decks. Like they're pretty slow and grindy overall. Is enjoyable, but then you also have like the super fast, like I'm really not trying to duel you decks, which Edison also has. The only problem is that in like Hat format they're more consistent. It's crazy that it took them 12 years to do something about going first. Yeah, Hat is the last format where you go first and still draw a card, right? After that, they changed the rule. That Hanzo 10 was everything. I remember the Hanzo 10. Yeah, Maxi, Torgod, Rabbit, and Shockmaster. That's fucking crazy. Stango sent me a Hat replay recently, and it was Lightsworn. And it was ridiculous. like Stango, and mind you, you know, he does not play Hat seriously, but every once in a while he'll just see somebody hosting it on Dueling Book and he'll just jump in their duel. But like, man, I actually have the replay right here. It's kind of ridiculous if you guys want to watch this with me. Let me mute the jank thing real quick. We got an Amaryllis deck over there. All right, so he's playing against Madolche, which is a deck that I love. But like, just look at this replay. This was so smart. Like, he chains both because Ice Hand has to pop to summon. So now he just can't, like, summon anything. So he just minuses, basically, doing that. Fiendish Chain. Okay, Synchro, make Michael. Michael, effect. Michael was such a ridiculous card, too. Like, Jesus Christ. Could you imagine if this was in Edison? Like, Michael? Like, look at what's happening. Soul Charge is so crazy. Yeah, Honest with Soul Charge is like outrageous. Yeah, Raiden in Edison would change the format. Like, factually, Raiden would definitely change the format. I kind of think he should have main phase 2 played Lance to get her off the Fiendish Chain and then used her effect to pop and then mill on the end phase. But anyway, I just noticed that, like, when I watched this replay for the first time this week, I was like, I don't play this format, but I just saw that little interaction. Well, it looks like he's dead anyway. So he would have milled an additional 3 cards right there. I don't know if it would have mattered, but he would have milled an additional 3 if he used the Lance like I was talking about. Soul Charge for 3, no big deal. Just let me go +2 turn 1 insta. Three, mill 2, Eclipse Wyvern Banish. 2/3, mill 2, draw a card, mill another card. Nice deck, Sweetness. Sweet Cakes. Solemn Warning. JDF. And the guy's just like, yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. But yeah, that was a cute hat replay, and like I said, Stengo sent me that earlier in the week, and I was like, oh, look at that. Look at some hat. It was unhinged. Like, I was like, I do not envy this format. Like, I don't. Seeing that replay did not make me be like, you know what, I want to play hat. Was Karakuri broken in hat like the one with Solar Windjammer? I don't recall Karakuri being playable in hat. At least not seriously. So if it was, then that's like some hindsight shit where we go back to the format, 12 years later and we play it and we make it good, but Yi Chang once triggered 4 artifacts off Absorption Jar with the artifact that draws cards. And he drew 8 cards on my turn once. That's crazy. I don't know what Absorption Jar is anyway, so all I'm gonna say is that's crazy. Oh, they're both playing plants. What the hell? Are they teammates? Hat is broken every which way. if you want to play broken Yu-Gi-Oh, where both you and your opponent can do like really broken things, but not as broken as modern, I think Hat is a format for that. It does scratch a certain itch. Like Soul Charge is one of the highest dopamine rushes I've gotten while playing Yu-Gi-Oh during my time. Like resolving that card is a crazy dopamine rush. What's up, Ed boy? That's a big boy. 2,500. Bigger than Brionic. Crazy. In. Oh, they're both low in life, actually. I just noticed that. This guy almost sees no play in regular Edison format. Twilight Rose Knight. Monsters your opponent controls cannot target plant monsters for attacks. When this card is normal summon, special one level 4 or lower plant monster from your hand. And he's a warrior, so he's searchable. He's dark. He's a tuner. He's 3 stars. This card has a lot of things going for it. I mean, with DDV around and oppression, it's kind of like, eh. But in this format, where there's no DDV, it's a lot better. That's actually a really good Trunate. Yeah, like, you got to, because it was game. If that Miracle Fertilizer went back to his hand, it was game. Mass 22 is hanging on. There are 2 minutes left. I was like, he must have something for this Dandelion because that is so dangerous. Is this is like him giving up? GG's, okay. Oh, he had Polynosis, so he literally had Solemn Set. That's so good. He had that with Dandelion, which is even better, but like with the tokens is good enough. All right. Well, that concludes round 1 once they report. Round 2 is coming up. That was a pretty interesting game. It's a little sad that the two plant players got paired up against each other in round 1, though. That is unfortunate. Because I wanted to see what they were both cooking separately. But yeah, Polynosis is very interesting as a card. Like, could Gigavice get away with a Polynosis in their deck? Potentially, right? Set up a board and then just like set Polynosis and be like, alright, deal. And good luck, have fun. Alright. Who won round 1? Morph won round 1. Chris B. Christopher. Igera. AJT. Sure, why not? Crispy is usually playing something interesting. He's one of the first people I saw play fish. Straight up fish. I'm gonna fish him down. I'm gonna fish him down. Fish him down. Yep, he's back on his water shit. Fish him down. I'm gonna fish him down. Oh god. Wait, what happened? He summoned Fire Dog and didn't attack? Have you seen the Banished Fish deck? If you're talking about modern Yu-Gi-Oh, then no. I know that there is a deck in modern Yu-Gi-Oh that is like a Banished Fish deck, but when I tell you that nothing could interest me less, Banished Fish. There has to be a trap stun set, right? Like, he summoned Fire Dog and didn't attack. Like, there has to be something going on, right? Oh, okay. We don't even want... You don't even have dogs! If anyone know where that's from, you're goated. Oh, he's Scrap Ironed. Okay. Scrap Iron makes so much sense. It's the one card that I can't visibly see right now. That fucking trolly ass card, bro. Wait, why does Stardust attack face down? Gotta make him flip that shit. You go flip this damn Scrap Iron right now. I don't want my Stardust attacking like a DD War Lady or something either. You never know in these jank streets. DD War Lady's at 3. She's so played. I've even seen DD Assailants. Yeah, see, I don't know what those cards do. Aurora and Winged Tortoise. It's jank. It's jank. Now that's what I call jank. Volume 3. Okay, wait, hold on. Assault Teleport. I believe this is the draw too. Oh god. That is scary. That is so scary. Also, I would have shuffled more than once. Oh no, it's happening. It's happening. What appropriate music to come on at the exact moment too. Yes, my guy Bronto is back out. Fucking Bronto. Making a second Stardust. And I'm assuming one of those back rows is Assault Mode activate, which we're about to find out right now. Or not. LOL JK lies. This is a tuner, okay. I guess he really doesn't have Assault Mode activate, which now I wonder why he true-nated it. Because, like, why are we letting our opponent brio us? Oh, no. Oh, no. Chat. Chat, what's happening? Oh, boy. Okay. Did not expect that to go so swimmingly for Chris B over here, but... yeah, that is not great. Oh shit. What is this deck, bro? It's like everything that wins in battle. It's all the guys that just win in battle. Yeah, he's like, don't forget I have this. Like I still have it. It didn't go anywhere. Chaos Endmaster. This is another card that sees 0 play in regular Edison format. A 3-star tuner. It's a secret rare. I don't know if it's ever been reprinted. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon a level 5 or higher monster with 1600 or less attack. So it's meant to get like Sphere of Chaos. Visor Shock is the other card I remember this card summoning. Oracle of the Sun to make Stardust. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can make Stardust with like anything that it gets, right? And it gets level 5 monsters. So you can always just get like Visor Shock or... what the fuck does Oracle of the Sun do? Does it do something? Does it do something that I should know about? Oh, it's like a Cyber Dragon? Okay, so it's like remotely playable on top of it being searchable by Chaos Endmaster. I got it. Oh, shit, here it is. Oracle of the fucking Sun. Jesus, not Kiss the Glass. Damn. He made 2 Stardusts. They got outed by Brio. Then he makes a Thought Roller. It gets outed by Mirror Force. Edison, you just can't win. Like, when the game wants you, it just has you. Oh, no. Now he said, let me see those hands, let me see those hands, let me see those hands. Sun and Moon Dragon deck should appear on the channel. Honestly, if the Sun and Moon Dragon deck is playable in Jank at any point, I have succeeded. If Sun and Moon or Crystal Beast are actually playable at any point during the lifespan of Jank, then I have succeeded. That's how I feel. Yeah, the ultis look amazing. You're right about that, Sasha. They look amazing. Those are... honestly, the Moon and the Sun Dragon are some of the best looking ultis in existence. Like, I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. They're some of the best looking ultis. That's like when ultis looked absurd. But yeah, they are really bad cards. Damn, I'm really sad that we didn't get to see Stardust Assault Mode, because he like Assault teleported, put it back in his deck, drew 2, made 2 Stardust and set it back. I was like, oh, for sure, like, cook. And then just nothing, just Brionic bounce move. I just thought about this. I like that the Bronto is 1500 for salvage, but then it becomes like fucking massively big compared to its base stats if you extra normal summon it. So that's cool. 2300, but then like you can salvage it back because it's 15 is actually not like, it's terrible, but it's not terrible in this format. We've seen this card be successful multiple times now, which is kind of wild. You're throwing your head into it. Don't throw your head into a fryer. Somebody just did that like a week ago. My first ghost rare was Black Rose. Yes. I packed the ghost rare in like the old days, like Tactical Evolution or something. Maybe after that, Strike and Neos or something. I don't know. I just never really cared for those things. Even as a kid, I just was like, eh. Like, I think Ulti's just ruined a lot of rarities for me. I mean, I just like Ulti so much. And then I like Super Rare. I never was a Ghost fan. The only Ghost Rare that I actually don't think is, like, bad is Honest, personally. You know, this is all subjective because everyone likes different rarities and whatnot. Like, I don't like any of the new rarities. Like, I'm not really a fan of any of the new rare, like the Quarter Century and Collector Rare and Starlight. I just no. What I will say is that I like those full art cards though. If you give me a full art Caius, the Shadow Monarch, I'm with it. Like, I'll take a full art version of Caius. They could have still kept monetizing us, okay? I just want to be clear. The people who say that, I just want to call you all out. That's not true. There's still plenty of monetization that can be done to the Edison community, and full art would have been a perfect way to get us, because when I tell y'all I will spend thousands of dollars to have full art Caius, Absolute Zero, Miracle Fusion, Heavy Storm, like Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force, like they could have got me for so much. Yeah, old Jinzo looks amazing. Old Ring of Destruction also looks amazing. The Bell of Destruction. But yeah, Konami could have absolutely milked us longer than they did. Like, we had about another, I think we had like another 5 years in us. Okay? If I'm being honest. If they just started printing the full art Edison cards, like all the Monarchs, I was getting milked. Dark Arm Dragon. Could you imagine a full art Dark Arm and JD? I'm getting milked. I'm getting milked, bro. That's something you don't hear every day. Like, full art Brionac. Could you fucking imagine a full art Brionac? Be so fucking for real right now. Tell me right now you wouldn't empty a portion of your checking account or your savings account for a full art Brionac. Imagine if a full art Brionac was the prize card for winning an Ultimate Time Wizard. Imagine if full arts were the prize period for topping Ultimate Time Wizards. When I tell you I could run Konami better than they could, like I could literally run their retro business better than they ever could, and it would be profitable. I promise. I promise you I would make it profitable. I promise you. As someone who literally studied business in college and has degrees in business, literally, like, when I tell you I would monetize the shit out of retro Yu-Gi-Oh, they're leaving so much money on the table. I'm crunchy. I never won an Ultimate Time Wizard. I mean, most people haven't, right? I wonder how many Ultimate Time Wizards there even were in America. I'm not, you know, I don't know. Europe has their own shit going on. They're still doing like Edison tournaments or something over there. But like in terms of like the US, it's probably not that hard to figure out either, right? Because the first year was Raleigh, North Carolina, then it was Indianapolis, then it was Virginia. So it was 3 in 2023. And then it was like 2024 was like, I want to say Raleigh again. Indianapolis, Sacramento. There was also the one at Nationals in Austin, Texas. And am I missing? Like, it really isn't that hard to figure out how many total Ultimate Time Wizards in America there were. But point is, there weren't that many of them in total. It'd have to be uneroded full arts. Kendall, that doesn't make any sense what you just said. I want you to think about what you just said. They just threw away an extra 200 to 500 players per YCS that would have bought cards. I just hope they give us Super Des Flip Unifrog. Yeah, I mean, they just didn't do a good job. Konami is factually leaving money on the table. They're ostracizing a huge part of their player base, which is the retro community. And they are also fucking the modern community by reprinting their cards into the ground and making it where TOs and OTSs don't even want to stock Yu-Gi-Oh product anymore. Like, they're fucking everybody, including themselves. It's a very strange, it's like negative business. There will be classes in business school about how bad Konami ruined their business. Like, their in real life card game. Master Duel was doing incredible, but in terms of their in real life card game, there will be like papers that I would have loved to write if I were in college right now about just that downfall. Requesting jank logos for Saturday so I can prevent more people from setting cards. I'll have to see. I don't know if I have any plans this Saturday. I know it's daylight savings time, and I might be going out to dinner with friends on Saturday. I know I'm going out on Thursday for Italian, which I cannot wait. I fucking love Italian, by the way. Do y'all love Italian? I love Italian food. Have you heard a conspiracy that Konami's been trying to kill Yu-Gi-Oh forever? I have not heard that conspiracy. I think that conspiracy doesn't make much sense. Whoever the marketing team is for Yu-Gi-Oh currently is like, they just shouldn't have a job. They factually should not, like, I think they need to get rid of, they need to do a clean house sweep of so many people, I imagine, that, and maybe it's not even necessarily Konami US, it could be Konami Japan that is really fucking everything up. I don't know. But somebody's making some really bad decisions, and those decisions are definitely coming home to roost now. Yeah, somebody's making some really bad decisions. Like, also, shout out to Toon for winning with Arcanite Assault Mode. When I tell you I've never seen that card summoned in my entire life. But yeah, I'm only really worried about the retro community because I think that retro Yu-Gi-Oh is a gateway into Yu-Gi-Oh because it's so much easier to digest this game than it is to digest modern Yu-Gi-Oh. And I think that if they found a way to bridge the gap between retro players into modern, if they found a way to like actively try to do that for newer players, make a pipeline, Genesis could be a pipeline of some sort also to aid in that. There are like brainstorming ideas that they could do still to help people who don't play Yu-Gi-Oh get into Yu-Gi-Oh, including hiring a studio to do an anime. They need an anime, by the way. Like, I'm just a firm believer that money has to be spent to produce an anime to get children This is supposed to be a children's card game, supposedly, even though it's really not, especially if you look at the way Modern is right now. But in terms of like, I think the anime does so much heavy lifting to get kids into it. You really only need 1 or 2 kids to like Yu-Gi-Oh from the anime. They spread the illness to the other children because that's what happens. 2 kids are playing Yu-Gi-Oh, other kids are like, what's that? And then they tell their parents, Mom, can you get me some Yu-Gi-Oh cards from Walmart? All my friends have Yu-Gi-Oh cards and I don't have any Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You have to make starter decks. You have to make, starter decks. Starter decks that are playable out the box, not bullshit ones. You get some starter decks in Walmart and Target and all that bullshit so that kids can literally tell their parents to buy them these cards, which parents are suckers and they will. There's money to be made and there's players to be infected with the disease of Yu-Gi-Oh. Those videos they release on the main channel are not, they're not, that's not what I mean when I say anime. That shit is not even a card game. Like, that, the fact that they're paying for that though, I just want to say, I'm glad you brought that up though, Find Out. The fact that they have been paying for an anime about the lore of the modern archetypes, but not an anime that actually promotes your fucking card game. Like, decision number 587, that is terrible. Terrible. Like, just such a bad decision. You're spending money to show people anime fights of the archetypes that people play in Modern. The Modern players don't watch that shit. You think Kamal Crooks and Christian Arena go, let me see Dogmatica versus Sky Striker on YouTube? You think that they fucking go look up that shit? They don't. They need a card game anime to cater to kids and younger people. Wasting money on Dogmatica versus Sky Striker anime fights is like, bro, we got JJK, okay? We got Chainsaw Man. We got Bleach. We got One Piece. We don't need our Yu-Gi-Oh to have anime fights in it. That is not what, and no one goes to Yu-Gi-Oh for anime fights. Like, am I speaking truth right now or no? I just, like, I feel like there are bad decisions being made. They're spending money on an anime that has nothing to do with the actual card game. And no one asked for it, by the way. It's actually ridiculous. Like, the more I think about it, it's actually ridiculous. I completely forgot that they're spending money to produce an anime that has nothing to do with the card game. I don't know if Kamal does podcasts or anything like that. This is soloing. Mystic Swordsman level 2 soloing is insane. Like, that is... Boss? Okay, he clearly has something to stop it, right? They're trying to be like Arcane. You can't be like Arcane when your player base doesn't care about the lore of Sky Strikers and Dogmatica. Still waiting on whenever Silverman will be on the pod. Listen, Silverman was at the Riftbound event this past weekend, and he actually, so in Riftbound, if you play one of the characters that is, like, not that great, but you do well with it, you're the highest person. Like, let's say I enter a tournament with Harpies, and I'm the highest ranked Harpy person at the end of the tournament. You get a prize card for that, and he won the prize card with his champion this past weekend. And those things go for thousands of dollars. So he, like, purposely entered with a champion that was ass, and, like, got the prize card for that champion, essentially. I don't... Let me ask. I'll just ask him right now. because we're going out to dinner soon anyway, but I'll ask now. I was going to ask him at dinner. They should have animated dual terminal. Yeah, they should have did that like 12 years ago, but yes. Oh, he won something called Lei Sin. Whatever, I don't know what that is, but maybe if you play League or something, you know what that is. I don't know what that is. Lee Sin, maybe? Is it Lee Sin? Lee Sin. I think. It's a blind bald monk. Yeah, I seen that on Google. But yeah, I know nothing about Riftbound. I hear fantastic things about it. I'm sure it's fantastic or whatever. Did any Yu-Gi-Oh players do well besides Steve Silverman at this Vegas event this past weekend? Do you guys know? Does anyone follow Riftbound in the chat? Also, what is happening? Like, Christopher. Oh wait, he's so low in life though. What happened? Oh, did he get crowed? He did get crowed on Stardust Assault. That sucks. Jeff Jones topped the first Riftbound regionals with anti-meta or I don't know. Oh, non-meta with non-meta. I watched a random replay to see what it was like. Looks very original. I just wish if I didn't do content creation, I would have the bandwidth to do another card game, and it would likely be something like Riftbound since some of my friends are playing it, like Silverman. But I just don't have the bandwidth as a full-time content creator and a full-time accountant, so it's kind of like I literally just cannot pick up another thing like that. But if you think about all the time I spend putting out videos and creating videos and podcasts and stuff like that, like I would get a lot of free time if I didn't do this. But then I will leave you guys high and dry, and I don't want to do that because I love you guys. Riftbound tournaments are funny because tons of people are playing bad decks to try to get the metal cards as the highest placing of that champion. So Steve Silverman literally did that this past weekend, and he won for his champion this past weekend. Why are you a cowboy? Why are you not a cowboy, Sizzle? Also, Sizzle, how did the redo event go for you? Like, what happened? What deck did you play, first of all? Did you play the right deck at least? Did you at least do that correctly? What'd you play? You play Vayu? Smart. Smart that you play Vayu. I told you, Yugioh is just Vayu in redo format. I'll redo, I play MGK. What the fuck is MGK? Machina, Yugioh, Karakuri. Okay. Nice. My brain with Machina Gravekeepers, Machine Gravekeepers. I had the winning list and scrubbed. Yeah, yeah. Other retro formats do be like that. Well, at least it was a good event. I heard good things about it, and I will be at the one in San Jose in April, which is an Edison event, and I will be commentating. I will not be playing. So you guys will see me doing live commentary. I'm the lead commentator going forward for Retro Reborn. So you guys will see me doing my thing. Should be really fun. I think that event is... Actually, when is that event? It's like April 11th or something. San Jose, day 1 Edison. So this is where I'll be here April 11th and 12th. Okay, Crispy ended up winning that. But yeah, this tournament is happening. First place is a SJC Dark End. Second place is a first edition Ghost Rare Stardust. Third and fourth, first edition Ultra or Ultimate Rare Cyber Dragon. Actually, really good pricing there. Fifth to eighth is Dual Terminal Brionic. That's also amazing. And then Ulti Swap. Damn, these prizes for San... I didn't know that he updated the pricing. The pricing is fucking insane for this event. And then, of course, they have, like, side events, entry mat... You know, not entry mats, but side events, mats, and all that stuff when you top. But yeah, I will be at this event doing commentary all weekend. So if you are in San Jose or you're going to this event, definitely come up to me because I will be choosing feature matches and stuff. So, yeah. Let's see who else is dueling. How many more people are playing? Only one more match, and it's Mask 22 and Ale. So Mask name, his name is actually Mask, which is nice. I love when that lines up. Yo, Sackface, I saw you drinking like so early on Saturday. How, like, what was your record? Because I feel like you scrubbed really quick. Like, I swear I went on Instagram and I saw a story and it was like you getting alcohol, and it had to be like 2 rounds in. 3-2. Okay, 3-2. It was really early. I just remember being like, is Ohio a different time zone or am I tripping? Oh snap, that is so cool to see me. I haven't seen your stuff for a minute. Yeah, I'm a content creator now. Can you believe it? I used to not believe in content creators at all back in the day, and now look at me. Content creators are also like the best players in retro Yu-Gi-Oh, which is so interesting, like factually. Me, Marcus, Oscar, Sizzle, like I feel like the best players, literally the best players in retro Yu-Gi-Oh are all content creators. It's kind of funny. I don't know why that's like the new wave, but it just is a thing. Like a true hero. There's so many. Like content creators used to be ass. They used to be like not good at the game, but they were entertaining. But now you have like genuinely good content creators who are both good at the game and also good at making content. They used to be unbearable. Not unbearable. I mean, yeah, they were unbearable for me too. I did not like Yu-Gi-Oh! I did not like Yu-Gi-Tube when I was younger. When I was in my 20s, Yu-Gi-Tube was absolutely not something I enjoyed. I'll just be very honest about it. Like, I did not like any of that shit. And now look at me. Like, I'm just fully a Yu-Gi-Tuber. And not even like a main Yu-Gi-Tuber. I'm like a retro Yu-Gi-Tuber at that. Like a niche within a niche. Like, it's a miracle we got 10,000 subscribers. You sure didn't like Yu-Gi-Tubing when I was doing it? I didn't. I did not like Yu-Gi-Tubing back in the day. Every time anyone would ever ask me to like do a YouTube channel, I would be like, absolutely not. I was like, I'm a competitive player. I'm not into that. What year were you born? I was born in the 70s. I know. YouTubing is fun. Do you play any of the new card games, Cordero? Like, are you into Riftbound or Lorcana or any of that shit now? Is that your zhuzh? Like, is that how you get your rocks off these days? Every once in a while, I would watch a Cordero video just because he would, like, bring the fan out, and something about that was funny to me. I have a new one for when I go raving. So what do you play now, Cordero? I know you play something. I know you play, it might not be a card game, but what game, like what in general, what game are you playing? You gotta be playing something. You're a gamer, you and your mom. Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my god. How did they get you back into Modern Yu-Gi-Oh? What the heck do you play at Modern Yu-Gi-Oh? Dark Lords? That checks out. That thing is way bigger. 2,400. There we go. Yeah. That is crazy. Oh wow, that was exact game. That's so wild. That's so weird. That happened to be exact game. Exact game is crazy. Exact game is crazy. Exact game when the card changes its attack based on life points is wild. Wait. This card gains attack equal to the difference, right? So like, when the difference is that big, it's always going to be game, right? Right? Like, isn't it always going to be like that? I feel like there's some mathematical equation that can be done to determine when this will always be game. But there's a threshold where this is always game. Because the difference between their life points was 2,400. And this already beats over Kaiku for 300 damage. So like, yeah. All right, I'm done ranting. Round three, chat. I'll be there for you. Don't ask. Let's change this to say round 3. Let's take the countdown off. Let's set a new timer. Timer is set. Countdown is on. All right, round 3. Who's undefeated? Scoreboard. AJT is still undefeated. Sasha still undefeated. Okay. Okay. Let's go. What did I miss? What did I miss, chat? Actually, let's watch this. HBC in the house. Now I'm loading the wrong deck. How does that even happen? How do you load the wrong deck in round 3? Bro, you gotta make a second account. You gotta make like Igera too. Cause like you can literally, like if you win too fast and jank, you can just hop on Igera too and then just like play Forgs. Oh, I keep messing up my hat, chat. This ain't Texas. Lay your cars down, 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 down. Is this a turn 1 Brionic? Let me get a pop. Brain control, mind control, take bounce, Book of Moon. Okay, Book of Moon is actually so good in this format. It may be good in Edison too. Book of Moon Brio. Book of Moon Breaker also is really good when you think about it, because Breaker beats over most things in defense mode anyway, and then he comes with a pop. Jeez, pot of avarice already. Okay, he puts back the Brio and not the Gores. I gotta say though, at 8,000 life points, I'm probably putting back Gores. Like, 90% sure I'm putting back Gores at 8,000 life points. I also just don't want my opponent to see Gores in the graveyard. There's like the chance that I draw it, but also the psychological aspect of it. There's an OTK with Mind Master and Malicious in Teledad and Edison. Breaker! So you know what's cool about this format, Sack Phase, is that it actually changes. So it's Breaker format right now, but as of April 1st, I'll be doing the first ban list, Yugi boy. And Breaker is on my shit list. Indeed, Yugi boy. Oh, do tell. Ban list in a retro format.
Hello, hello.
What's up, Stango? Long time no talk.
It's jank time.
It is. We're in round 3. Where have you been? What have you been up to?
I've just been chilling. There's a new Rivals patch today, so I've been...
A new patch today?
Yeah.
Huh. Did it do anything good?
It nerfed Crag a good amount, and it nerfed Olympia a good amount, so it was pretty good for those for sure. I think it might be a Lockstep patch. Might be some giant elephant time.
Oh shit, really? Like Loxodont?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think overall was a pretty good patch. Pretty good patch. Anything spicy we've seen today? I see we have the water, the Gemini water deck.
We had an assault mode deck earlier, like a full assault mode, not just Stardust. He summoned assault mode, Arcanite Magician in one.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was actually looking at the other assault mode monsters. I was just like, assault mode Colossal and assault mode Arcanite were kind of funny looking cards.
Indeed.
Yeah, Colossal's like a full field debuff. He like makes your opponent's monsters like smaller. Oh shit! Flip Trooper, Flip Torrential. Damn, that was devastating. Jesus.
What just happened? I missed it.
It was Flip Trooper, Flip Torrential, get rid of 3 of your face down monsters in my Chaos Sorcerer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that just tied up the game. Well, actually, Garrett's got a lead on cards right now. Garrett, like, he literally just, like, flipped the script. You ever see someone flip the script? Oh, Salvage again, though?
Salvage is so fucking good.
He's literally Mata or meteoring him right now. He's like, but what are you going to do about the other one?
Yeah, like, I'm going to just rebuild. I'm going to rebuild the nonsense. I remember somebody thought that you reveal for Crystal Seer, and I was like, you do not in this format. I don't know what they are doing in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Excavating, but in this format, you do not.
Yeah, it's like excavating normally is a revealed process, but for some reason in this format with that card particularly, it does not reveal.
It didn't say the word excavate back then. Like, we just didn't have that word.
Oh, it doesn't say that on the old card?
No, it says it now, but it didn't say that back then. Yeah, you see how it says pick up 2 cards from the top of your deck?
Oh, yeah, because you... Wait, why does it say that? Oh, do you have the extension on?
No, that's just what it reads. We're in Edison format, right? They're hosting an Edison.
Oh, yeah. I guess it... Yeah, I forgot that the Edison, like, actual Edison thing is, it changes the card text.
Yeah, to, like actual correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, Go Yo Guardian doesn't say Earth Tuner on it, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it says pick up 2 cards.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense that it would be ruled that way, where it's private information.
Yep. Yeah, it didn't used to be an excavate thing, but they added that later on. And I guess now in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, she would excavate and everybody would see the cards.
Interestingly enough, I'm looking at it right now. Just like all the printing. So in Tactical Evolution, she came out. It says pick up, and then her second errata in Spellcaster's Command Structure deck, which is in 2009, it says excavate. And then it just has like other fucking printing. But
Excavate me, Daddy Uwu.
excavate.
Fish are looking nice. It's time for Bronto to get in there. Oh, wait.
Heavy.
Hold. Game? Oh.
Damn, game? He's got so many monsters on the field. Like, shit. Like, was he gonna do 47 over a goddamn snowman?
Okay, hold on. Some guy summoned Ancient Sacred Wyvern and killed his opponent, like, out of nowhere. And Ancient Sacred Wyvern would be game right here. Would have been game. Because it would gain, like, a shit ton of attack, and then it could just attack Snowman, which is basically like attacking directly.
Yep. How do you feel about the Psychic Commander situation where you summon your Psychic Commander and you attack that 1500 guy? If you're a little afraid of dying, you gonna pay a little less? You're only gonna pay just enough to get over, or are you gonna still go all the way?
I mean, I'm paying 500 every time. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. Like,
no half measures.
I don't believe in paying less than 500. Like,
it's against my religion to pay less than 500.
when I sit down at the slot machine, I have a minimum amount, and I just stick to that amount. And my minimum with that card is 500. I just don't believe in paying less. Doesn't it feel good to pay less? No. I'll be doing no such thing.
Oh boy.
So who are you going to play now? You think it really is going to be Loxodon? Like, actually?
Yeah, I think so.
Did he get buffed?
No, but everyone else got nerfed, especially his harder matchups.
Okay, that's promising.
And that's kind of what happened the last time when I played him, is that like everyone got nerfed pretty hard. But now it's like another round of pretty harsh nerfs for a lot of people. Claren Cleage, I'm sorry, Sizzle. Yeah,
Claren is too boring for Stengo.
Is not that she's boring, she's fucking bad.
Oh damn, like, you think she's just full on bad?
Yeah, she's just too honest. It's just like her things that she has to do to be like a good character, because she is a good character, like in a vacuum, like what she does. But she's so much harder to pilot, and like does not get the same level of reward of piloting her well, because you can just get slobbered on and like all fucked up. It's like real bad. It's like different with like Olympia, at least with Olympia. Like her deal is that like she's super technical and like hard to play, but if you play her right, you like obliterate your opponent. Versus like Claren, you have a lot of agency when you're playing against Claren.
I don't like giving my opponent's agency.
Yeah.
I actually like removing their agency now. I used to like agency, you know, I like to, you know, be honest, but I'm very not honest at the moment.
Yeah, I mean your whole deal is like your peak favorite deck is where you search 3 solemn judgments, solemn strikes, and a full combo. You're like, I'll be getting my 3 solemn strikes.
I still can't believe that everyone wasn't playing like Ariadne. I should have won that YCS.
Yeah, I can't, like, I'll tell you, because like I just dabble around with so much Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't even know that was like a combo or a thing. Like,
Yeah.
when you said Ariadne, I was like, what is that monster? I've literally never heard of that. And like, I feel like sometimes when you bring back like some Yu-Gi-Oh! History of you, I'm like, oh yeah, I know that because I played this format and like I saw this online. So I was dabbling around. But Ariadne, I was like, yo, what is this secret scroll? What is this?
I would have won YCS Atlanta twice.
Not yo, Yugioh, stop blowing up his shit.
Can't help
this
it.
Is it's crazy. It's like every time that Chris B sets up all these flips, Yugioh just like completely just knocks down the fucking house of cards.
I will say this. I've been watching Chris B a lot over the last month because he's been playing in pretty much all the Jank tournaments, and he's actually not bad, but one of the things that he does need to work on is overcommitting to the field. Do you remember that tournament where every time that somebody popped his back row it was a salvage?
Yeah. That was Chris? Yeah.
He's that guy. He's the salvage in the back row every game guy. Like it was like a full tournament and every back row was salvage. I was like, bro, you have got to stop setting that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I know Chris's deck pretty well from the list, and I've watched Gary and Luke play with it. I think like the Gemini Fish deck is like kind of ass. I think it's just like an extremely undercooked hero beat.
Which makes sense, because it better not be hero beat in this format.
Yeah, it's just
I believe hero beat wouldn't even, dare I say it, hero beat wouldn't even be the best deck in this format.
Nah, they can get 0. Come on.
No, it's no, bro. I genuinely don't think hero beat would be the best deck in this format still.
Damn, sounds like you need to run it.
No, there's no reason to do that. I just think that like saying it is just better than even like seeing it in practice. But I'm just not convinced that hero beat could beat the spell, like just a straight up triple breaker, like triple apprentice magician, like chaos sorcerer deck.
That's so disrespectful.
It is. I think Secret Village will shut that deck down though. Like actually. Like unironically, Secret Village and the Spellcasters would literally cut the hero beat deck off.
Now, what did he get mind control?
I'm wondering.
That's the question of the day. Oh, nothing worth syncing with now.
Yeah, interesting. Snowman Pop itself is a possibility, right? Can it do that? You can.
You can. Alright, this is the level 9 guy, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Blaster. I'ma blast him.
So anyway, I came in blasting.
Crispy is at 800 life, so control is not going to keep the game away here.
Alright, I'm a bottomless. I don't know if saying Thought Ruler with piercing is...
Yeah, that's not a very apt description, because honestly, when you said Thought Ruler piercing, I was like, well, the thing that defines Thought Ruler, I think, in this format is you can't target him with card
correct.
traps. Yeah, you can't target him with spells and traps.
Like, when I think of Thought Ruler, yeah, I think of like, oh, this card can't be prisoned, it can't be Book of Moon.
Listen,
you gotta be more specific, because that was misleading.
Yeah, we know you're saying the life gain, but like...
Oh, Konami Judge might have banned you for that.
Oh shit.
Damn, a Konami Judge might have saw you out.
What is this, game 2?
Oh, Konami Judge, get the fuck out! Like, my opponent told me that his card was Thought Ruler with piercing.
Oh no, Brio for game. Brio for game.
Brio doesn't get priority. It does not get priority.
I mean, Torrential's already gone, though. Like, you gotta show me. You gotta show me!
Hey, Pokemon's at 3!
Oh.
3.
Bro, I'm gonna just keep it real. This water deck is ass, bro.
Damn.
This deck just...
Bro, he got nuked like 3 times.
Yeah, he literally got his house of cards just like completely torn down.
What was the worst judge call I ever had? What do you mean worst judge? Like when I was a judge? I was a judge at regionals for like 10 years. Tuned in on the end. Why no Brio Cryo? Stango, you want to take this question?
Well, you see, Sangan's a mandatory effect, right? You can only activate Ignition Priority when there's no, you know, mandatory effects that need to go on the go on the chain. So when you synchro using Brio, well, you synchro making Brio using Sangan, Goblin Zombie, you know, things like that. Can't be using that Prio.
Mm-hmm.
Be using it. And if your opponent does it, your opponent says Prio, be like, hey, bud, aren't you forgetting something?
You forgetting a little thing?
Yeah, maybe with 3 eyes, he loves you.
Yeah.
Don't forget about him now.
Don't go forgetting your Sangan search. Hey, y'all.
Hey, bud, don't hurt yourself.
Hey, y'all. Don't be forgetting your Sangan search now. Howdy, neighbor.
Sangan throws it back. Well, I didn't know Sangan was for the streets. I wasn't aware.
Throwing it back is crazy.
Now, see, the reason why the water deck was the original interest is of this card. This card's broken. But the problem that I found with this deck is that it's very hard to actually water art a target that's fulfilled its purpose.
Yeah.
Like, it's very hard because basically your Crystal Seers are like your best target for it to happen on. But Crystal Seer has so little defense that it will literally never ever be able to flip and be on the field for you to water art afterward.
Unless your opponent's not playing.
Yeah.
That's right. Fraser Cowboy is back. Howdy.
Yeah, but Salvage isn't broken in this deck. It's like a fake +1. You're basically adding back Flipmon, which is not, that is not impressive.
Smash ass. Got Fraser. That's right. Gay.
Fraser walks into the bar. He's like, "Careful, boys. I might burn you for 800."
I like it. I go. That might have been the worst judge call ever. And it wasn't even a judge call. A judge who was standing nearby was in earshot of my opponent bribing me on the bubble of a YCS for $5. He literally hurt my opponent, offering me $5, and he was in earshot. And when he came over, he was like, "What's going on here?" And I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like, I could just tell that he knew exactly what was going on. Because I was like, "Well, my opponent has been trying to bribe me for the win for the last like 3 minutes, and he offered me $5 for it." I know it sounds fucking ridiculous, but the people sitting on my left and my right, they also were here for the whole thing. And then they took that guy away. But yeah, that was probably the worst judge call. I had another judge call where a guy said that I stacked him with 5 gadgets on the bottom of his deck.
Oh, I love this story.
And he called the judge. The judge came over and was like, "What do you mean he stacked you with 5 gadgets on the bottom of your deck?" And he was like, "I have 5 gadgets on the bottom of my deck." And the judge was like, "Well, how do you know that?" And he was like, "Because I turned my deck upside down and I looked at it." And he was like, "So you turn your deck upside down after your opponent shuffled. You know that's not legal to do, right?" And he was like, "Yeah, but he stacked me 5 gadgets on the bottom of my deck." And I was like, "Okay, hold on. First of all, if I stacked you 5 gadgets, they would be on the top of your deck, not the bottom. So like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but you play 9 gadgets, bro. And five, it wasn't even 5 straight. It was like his bottom 7 cards had 5 gadgets in it. And he was like, oh, like you did this. And I was like, you're fucking ridiculous. So then the head judge comes over. He's like, what's the problem, guys? And I was like, my opponent is being ridiculous. I was like, first of all, he's claiming that I put gadgets on the bottom of his deck, which doesn't make any sense because he's playing fucking gadgets in 2012. And if I was a cheater, I would have put them at the top of his deck. I was like, secondly, I don't know why my opponent turned his deck upside down. And so the judge was like, this isn't real.
Oh my goodness.
You can't just turn your deck upside down. And we're going to have you guys shuffle back up and like play the duel. And then that guy got 33rd place. And I walked up to him because I knew he got 33rd. So I walked up to him while he was staring at the pairings or the standings. After the YCS, this is at Providence 2012, the one that Chris LeBlanc won the first time. Standings go up. I see that he got 33rd. And everyone is looking at the standings, and everyone, I mean, literally hundreds of people walk away. The only person staring at the standings is my opponent who called the judge. So I walked up to him and I said, oh man, what place did you get? Did you top? And he was like, no. I was like, oh, like you must have been really close. And he was like, I got 33rd. I was like, oh my God, you got 33rd? That fucking sucks, bro. Wow, you just missed it by 1 spot. That sucks so fucking bad. Damn,
Bro,
you must feel
so
awful.
Hard. Think about it.
And then I just walked away.
Can we just talk about how weak this fucking water deck is? It's just a slaughter.
Wait, Morph, hold your Morphtronics. There's a ban list coming up at the end of the month. Maybe.
Throwing these Mortronics in the garbage after today.
Don't throw them away. Don't put away the 9. Honestly, that was one of my favorite moments ever. Walking up to that guy, staring at the standings, and asking him, did he top, knowing that he got 33rd. Was like, honest, I don't know many things that felt better in Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't even know if winning a YCS felt better than doing that. I'm being so real right now. Like, that shit brought me so much joy, asking him if he topped after that situation, and then, like, hearing him have to tell me, no, I did not beat him. I lost. It was windups versus gadgets, and I bricked, like, so it's crazy that he said I stacked him, because I drew unplayable in 2 of the 3 games. I actually think I drew unplayable all 3 games, and he should have won all 3, but he sucked. How old was he? I don't fucking remember his age. He was some Asian guy. I have no idea. He could have been 45, or he could have been 17. I have no idea. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you what he looked like today. I feel like he had glasses, and I feel like he was a little pudgy. Technically, if someone can find the standings of YCS Providence 2012, look at whoever got 33rd place. Because all of my Yu-Gi-Oh stories are pretty accurate in terms of just like, you can verify things. So just like, if somebody can find the standings, then you could literally see whoever got 33rd place. Well, I'm not describing Peter Chang. Peter Chang is not chubby at all. What are you smoking? Peter Chang is one of the skinniest people ever. Like, there's nothing pudgy about Peter Chang. Not even a little bit. Peter Chang is actually probably the skinniest Yu-Gi-Oh player I've ever met. But yeah, whoever got 33rd at YCS Providence 2012 is who my opponent was in the last round. So if we can find the standings for that, which I'm certain on Facebook, there is a picture of the standings, because people used to post the standings all the time on Facebook. That was like a thing. So like, Facebook is like a fucking encyclopedia of standings from YCSs and stuff.
Garrett paying that 2K down to 500 life point.
If you ever wanted some easy content, I love hearing these crazy stories and will watch standalone videos on them. Yeah, I mean, maybe I could do a like separate standalone videos about that type of stuff, because I do have so many ridiculous Yu-Gi-Oh stories, because I've played this game for so long and I've traveled to many YCSs. They just reached the 300th YCS like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And I've been to maybe, I don't know, like 70, maybe 70 of them or something like that. That might be too many, but like I've been to a lot of them.
Damn, I just saw a play for Yugioh that I thought maybe they would do. I thought they were going to do it with their Brio. I thought they were going to pitch the bounce the call. If they don't have a response to the prio, then you just pitch the all three to attack.
Can you get Del Beetle back on for what? What tea, Rich? What are you talking about? Do you know something I don't know?
Sasha needs to gain 11. Does it need to be on the field to resolve?
I don't know, Trey. My opponent was pretty dumb. He was just pretty dumb. And he did something that is factually illegal to do. You cannot turn your deck upside down after your opponent shuffles it and then spread it. That's not a thing. I do remember both of those players. I have Paul Cooper on my Facebook as a friend. He is a ridiculous human being in general.
Damn, is this breaker going to take it all the way there?
Like a couple years ago, Paul Cooper wrote some status on Facebook that was just like, if I was gay, I'd fuck Frazier. And it was just completely unsolicited. Like, and I was just like, what the fuck is happening on this dead ass app? Like, that guy is a little insane.
Damn, bro. This Gemini fish deck is free.
Oh, Wolf, perfect. I'm glad that you love the informative analytical brain of a top tier Yu-Gi-Oh player, because that's exactly what you get every time you listen to me speak. All right, Rich, if you listen to the old podcasts of Yu-Gi-Oh players, they talk about shit like that. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh podcasts are great. They are great. Round 4, holy shit, we blew through that round. How much time is left? 18 minutes. That's really good.
There were some blowouts around.
There were. I'm glad that, like, so what I'm glad about is that the jank format isn't so slow that rounds are going to time. Because that's one of my concerns when you slow the game down, which is like one of the things that I've done. And I'm just glad that it has not been like a crawl. Anyway, we have 2 more rounds left, round 4 and round 5. Who's undefeated? Yugioh, okay, we're just gonna watch this since it's easy. It's right here.
It's easy.
Oh, I'm having the funniest conversation right now with AJT.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, growing pains. Amazing background noise as I do my errands and work on my car. That's exactly what the podcast is for. The podcast is for sorting cards, building decks, working if you have an office job or like any kind of remote work where you are on a computer predominantly and it's kind of boring and you just listen to podcasts. It's great for that. It's great for the gym. I listen to podcasts personally at the gym. I also listen to podcasts all day while I work as an accountant. Unfortunately, I can't listen to podcasts while I do content creating stuff because it just doesn't work. Like when I'm editing, I need to be able to hear what's being said, so I can't listen to podcasts. That's one of the things that kind of bothers me. I wish I could like separate my brain or something to do the editing job and listen to that while also being able to listen to podcasts.
Oh my god. That breaker hitting that return.
Okay, Steve Silverman finally sent me a photo of the card that he won, the prize card. I'm going to, I guess, show it. I'm sorry, I'm just reading. Silverman is such a ridiculous person. Anyway, I actually should get him on a podcast to talk about Riftbound, because I know, when I tell you guys, I know nothing about this. Alright, I'm gonna show whatever the fuck prize card he won that he sold for $12,000 this past weekend.
What, in Rift Round?
In Riftbound? Yes, in Riftbound. He won this. I think it's a metal card, but so the way it works is he was the highest placing person using this bad champion or something like that. And in Riftbound, if you were the highest placing person using a deck, so if you enter a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament using Crystal Beast, right? If you enter with Crystal Beast and you're the highest ranking Crystal Beast after standings, then you get like a metal Sapphire Pegasus that you can only get that way. So it's like extremely rare, extremely valuable, and some people will enter tournaments like Silverman did with no intention of winning the tournament, but just with the intention of getting like $10,000 plus from that method. But yeah, that's so profitable too, to like purposely enter with Crystal Beast and then you go like 4-4 with Crystal Beast, which will definitely, if you beat 4 people in Edison with Crystal Beast, you're definitely the highest ranking Crystal Beast person in the entire tournament. and you get like a metal ruby carbuncle or some shit. And now it's like, okay, well. Pretty sure I remember seeing you at Nats about 15 years ago wearing shades. Are you sure you saw me? Shades and a suit. This does not sound familiar at all.
I don't know, you to be of a shades wearer.
Yeah, like I wear shades now sometimes, but like in 15 years ago, so this would have been what, 2005? No, that's not 15 years ago. That would be
2015.
I'm just trying to figure out like
2011
what my life was like 15 years ago and what format it would have been. A suit? I think you just have the wrong black eye, I would be honest. Like, this does not sound like me at all.
Years ago in 2011?
I feel like there would be pictures of me in a suit. I just don't recall wearing a suit to any like YCS or a suit with shades. Like I definitely think that you're just mistaking me for someone else. Unless there's some kind of picture of this, I don't think that that's me. Yeah, he sold it for 12K. Does Riftbound pay cash, or do they also have the same BS prize card policy like Konami? I don't know anything about Riftbound except what I'm told. Everything I know about Riftbound is basically against my will.
Well, it is League of Legends, so it's like a Blizzard product or a Blizzard adjacent product. Or not Blizzard, Riot. And I don't think they do anything weird cash-wise.
Yeah, I don't imagine that they are I don't imagine that they do anything like Konami does, if that's what the question is. Like, Konami is one of the absolute worst when it comes to trying to fuck over the secondary market in every way possible. Like, they go out of their way to fuck over the secondary market. I don't know if they still do this, but they used to like limit the amount that you could sell a card for to like $100. Like, you can't sell a card for more than $100. And it's like, okay, but why though?
I don't even think that matters at this point, because no one wants these fucking Xeno, Zerion universe guys that no one cares about.
I just think if you're going to participate in capitalism, like, don't try to half-ass it. Don't try to fucking step in and be like, oh, we're like putting a ceiling on the price of cards, because then you're being ridiculous. Like, let's not be ridiculous, right? Like, you're participating in a capitalist society. I just feel like at that point, yeah.
Yeah, it's just strange, because it's just like there's so many factors, and like, because I think a big problem with Yu-Gi-Oh before, especially like in the modern era, is that things were just too expensive, and I think they've done a good job of like cutting down the price, but now they've kind of cut like the appetite and like the marketability of like people buying cards and stuff like that. That shops even like stop selling Yu-Gi-Oh as much, because they just reprint the fuck out of anything. They just went too hard in the opposite direction.
Those still sell for over 10K for the Ultra and like 3K for the Super. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about like Riftbound and all their stuff, but apparently Konami removed the rule where you can't sell things over $100, which I think is amazing. I think that's actually a good decision. Surprisingly, they actually made a decision that is, but then again, if their cards just aren't really worth over $100 for the most part anymore, it's kind of like, yeah, you waited until your game is fucking dying out to do that. Like, okay. It's just so funny the things that you can get a company to do when they're desperate. Things they literally would like spit at you for asking for before. Literally would spit in your face.
They would be so upset that you even asked this.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you?
Like you asked for the bare minimum and they turn their nose up at you, and now it's like, oh, look at that. Look at you conforming and just bowing down to some of these reasonable requests, by the way. Like, why are the top 8 mats for Ultimate Time Wizard the same as the winner mats that you play 3 rounds of Yu-Gi-Oh to get? Why would they be the same? You guys have infinite mats, infinite possibilities for mats, and mats are extremely inexpensive to make. There's no excuse for it. Like, you guys are just assholes. There's literally no excuse for it. You guys know it's wrong. You continue to do it anyway. People complain about it, and you tell them to eat a gat. Like, no other sane company would do some of the things they've done. Like, imagine if LDS did like a sort of dark art mat that we got for Raleigh, right? You got that from Topping. Imagine if they had a fucking side event that was a winner mat, and that was the mat. Like, it was the exact same mat. Like, no, it even for some weird reason said like top 8 Raleigh. Like, you'd be like, what? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it literally doesn't make any sense. No other reasonable company would ever make the decisions that they make. You just topped. Congrats. Here's a pencil sharpener and a yo-yo. Plays brand new TCG. Can win cash. Exactly. And even in new TCGs, if you don't necessarily win cash, you'll win things that are so valuable in liquid that they actually will sell for a good amount of cash. Like, Silverman sent me a picture just now of a guy who spent $100,000 buying cards over the weekend, and I'll just post it as well so like everyone can see what I mean. But in Yu-Gi-Oh, I don't really know anybody who's willing to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards except like Worlds, like you won Worlds, right? And then you get like a card that is basically a 1-of-1. But this guy here, Frank Mark, I guess, I went pretty hard on set 2 signatures and medals the past 2 weeks. $100,000 ish. Here's everything I've bought and the average prices I've paid. I've been asked this a lot. So we bought 15 of these for $2,600 each, 8 of these for $1,500 each, 5 of these for $1,200 each, and then these metal cards here, he bought them for like whatever, you know. But like, imagine in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? If when you topped, you got prize cards that you only got from topping that were actually worth a lot of money for collectors. They didn't need to be like Crush Card Virus. They could just be like a Dark Magician Girl full art, or a Dark Magician Girl that is a completely different art that you can only get from topping OICS. This is a very easy prize to make. It costs them nothing to do it, literally nothing, and it would make everyone extremely happy. Oh, I 100% agree, Kendall. I don't play new TCGs until they've been, well, I don't play them regardless, but my rule was always that I wouldn't even play a new TCG until it's been alive for like 3 to 4 years, because it does give new toy syndrome. It definitely gives, I'm only playing this because it's new, and then it dies out in like 2 years. Usually they make it like 2 years in, and then it just tanks horrendously and nobody wants to play it. I think the outliers for that are like One Piece, because the IP for One Piece is so massive. I don't know if One Piece will have that same issue. And then Lorcana is backed by League of Legends, or is League of Legends. So I don't know if it'll have the same, like these IPs are so big that I don't know if they could really fail, but I would also say the same thing about Lorcana because it's Disney. Like, I don't know if people still play Lorcana, but I am not the person that would know, because I don't actively seek Lorcana content. And I don't know anything about their game really, so I have no idea if like Lorcana is still popping out here. I just don't know. I don't go looking for it either, because like I don't have the mental health issue where you decide to go looking for things that you hate or don't enjoy or don't care for. Lorcana's going crazy. See, I had no idea. Yeah, but most of those card games, especially like the Bandai ones, dear God, they like start, everyone's hype, everyone's telling you how you should quit Yu-Gi-Oh to go play this new Bandai card game, and then in 2 years, nothing. Like, just literally nothing. I'm like, oh, what happened to that 4th reboot of Dragon Ball that you guys were telling me was the best thing ever? Oh, it
not the fourth reboot of Dragon Ball.
It got really bad. And they made some really bad sets, and then we all stopped playing it, and the cards tanked, and the value of everything is 0 now. It's like, oh, damn, who could have saw that coming on the 4th reboot? I'm very cynical, as you guys can tell, when it comes to, like, I guess, new card games. I've just seen too many, in my lifetime, I've seen the rise and fall of too many of them. So I'm very nervous when it comes to even trying a new one.
Because I mean, every card game you play, there's a dedicated cost to them.
Yep.
No card game is so cheap that like it's not a pain if the game basically dies.
Yu-Gi-Oh has the best gameplay and the worst company behind it. Yes, that is a fact. I think it's without a doubt now, Yu-Gi-Oh officially has, I mean, it's probably been this way for years, but I haven't played Modern in so long that I can only speak so much about it because I don't partake in that community. But like, yes, I think it's without question that Konami is officially the worst TCG company, like, period. I just can't imagine them being worse than any of the other ones currently. Based on how much of a head start they had and like how much success the game has had and everything else, is such a huge throw. Dragon Ball card game fell off so bad. Bandai just can't keep the Dragon Ball IP afloat properly. Remember somewhat around. Go from Yu Hakusho had a TCG. All my friends wanted to play. That died. Yeah, Yu Hakusho died. Here's something else that I always thought was weird about the anime card games that aren't. So the anime are not based on a card game like Yu-Gi-Oh is. But Yu-Gi-Oh is special because there aren't really many animes that are based on a card game. Anyway, so like Dragon Ball getting an anime, or getting a card game rather. Dragon Ball gets a card game. And one of the things I always thought was so weird about it is they will just start releasing cards like Ultra Instinct Goku like year one. And One Piece did this too. One Piece has like, spoilers for One Piece. One Piece has like Gear 5th Luffy. And I just don't understand that, because in my head, the way One Piece should have gone, like, why is Kaido a card already? One Piece should have been starting from literally like the beginning. Like the sets should have been literally the very beginning. Why are we starting off with like Kaido and Gear Fifth and Big Mom, like that doesn't make sense. I feel like you don't leave room to make new sets. Like if the sets, basically what I'm saying is if the sets actually went in the order that the show went, in the islands where like you can make the packs islands, so you can have a pack like Whole Cake Island, but that shouldn't come out for like 10 years. But you can have a pack of Whole Cake Island. It just that never made sense to me that they just completely jumped to like the end of the anime, the end of the manga, and start making like, why is Ultra Instinct Goku? Why would that ever be in your first 2 years of product? That is crazy.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go back after Super or whatever like ends, and you're gonna be like, oh, we're going to suck at fucking Saiyan Saga Raditz.
Yeah, like how are you gonna print Raditz after Ultra Instinct Goku? It will never make sense, right? Like that, like you can't print Nappa after fucking Gold Frieza. And a lot of them do that, and it has not really been successful. If we're being honest, like it just has not worked. So I don't know why they keep doing. I don't know why card games keep doing that. That's something that has always just bothered me. Like I'll see a One Piece card, I'm like, that card looks amazing, but that card is also relevant to the. It's relevant to the fucking arc that just passed. There should be no characters from the Wano arc in a card game already. Also, it's a spoiler. Like, imagine if you're not current on One Piece and then you fucking see a card and it's like, here's Luffy's new form. I'll be tight. I mean, I don't agree with that, Kendall. I do not agree with you have to print the current anime because your fucking anime is not based on a card game. Like, why are you? I do not agree. I think that in order to have longevity, if your goal is to actually have longevity, you need to start from the beginning. Like, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go after you print Ultra Instinct Goku? You can't go to Kaioken. You can't be like, I'm going to go Kaioken Goku after Ultra Instinct. Like, that literally won't make sense. And now look at the Dragon Ball game. Like, look at the Dragon Ball card game. How's it doing after Ultra Instinct Goku? Rug pull. Yeah, exactly. Fucking rug pull. Oh, God. Electric Boogaloo. I love me some Electric Boogaloo. It's just wild to see how some of these companies just bomb their own fucking business. Like, it just cannot be good to reboot something so many times and then just keep having it fail. They're in time? No. This is round 4. The time is literally on the screen.
Oh no. Vanity's on Dandy?
Yeah, Vanity's on Dandy is brutal.
That's one of the worst monsters to get to get clapped on. When you're just a little dandelion and you get fucking tried in the scene.
Based on what, Trey? Based on literally what?
I wonder what, I think he might mean like actual just Dragon Ball games, like the Budokai games and stuff like that.
That just can't be what he means. It's not relevant to the conversation whatsoever.
Yeah, there's no way that he means the card games. That would make no sense.
It wouldn't. Because having to reboot it 4 times, it couldn't possibly be the best. Like, that's why I'm trying to figure out on what basis. Like, in what way?
He is talking about the fighting games.
I don't think he is.
No, Xenoverse is the game.
I understand that. I don't think that has anything to do with the conversation. Who's running One Piece? Is it Bandai as well? Ooh, 0-0 now. Dark Magician Girl is worth $20,000. If there was a full art Dark Magician Girl that you could only get from like winning a YCS, that shit would be worth so much money. Like, there's collectors in Japan and elsewhere that would just pay like, I have to have it. This is the only way to get it, and I'm willing to be bent over for it. Poppy Cito, will you update the ban list anytime soon? No sooner than April 1st. The serialized full art card with Dark Magician Girl is worth that much in Japan. Oh, really? So there is actually a Dark Magician Girl already that is worth like a shit ton.
Yeah, the new full arts that they're making, some of them are serialized. Does Yugi have a favorite number?
Oh, it's 1 of 1. Okay. I mean, if it's anything that's a 1 of 1 is kind of ridiculous. Like that. 22,000 is crazy. But yeah, I mean, I honestly think that might be low. A 1 of 1, I would not sell a 1 of 1 for $20,000, especially a 1 of 1 like that. Yeah, no.
A 1 of 1 for an IP like Yugioh?
For Dark Magician Girl, there's no shot. If I knew I had a 1 of 1 of anything, and it was that, Like, there's no shot I'm selling it for $22,000. $22,000. I'm never gonna say what I was gonna say. $22,000 in 2026 though is just not. It's just not it. I think there are 200 serialized, 100 in Japan, and 100 over all of Asia. Okay, so it's the artwork is not one of one, but the serialized number one, there's only one number one, and the guy who has it, I get it now. I just think that that's a card that you can hold longer. Like, the guy who bought that for 22K is going to hold that card for years and years and years, and that shit's going to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like 100%. That shit's going to be worth well over 100K, and I honestly don't think it's going to take that long to get there. Like, if I'm being so, I don't think it's going to take that long to get there. Come on, round 5. A store bought it and wants to display it in their store. Oh yeah, I'm sure they want to display it in their store and also profit a shit ton in a couple years when that card skyrockets more than it already is. Yeah, that Dark Magician Girl, the serialized number one, is definitely worth more than $22,000. I'm sorry. Like, unless I was really desperate for the money, which, you know, I don't know everyone's situation. Everyone is different, obviously. So it very well could be that they need the money, and that is totally fine. But unless I absolutely need the money and it's going to like help my situation right now, today, no. Now for 22,000. That's something you get graded and you hold on to that shit.
Holding on to it is definitely the smart move.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Last round, round 5.
Like, basically, it would only get sold for 22,000 for something that rare for me if it was down desperate and not just uncomfortable.
Yeah, like there's just some things that I don't think money should be buying, and I feel like a one of one Dark Magician Girl, one of the most iconic cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, literally, not even exaggerating, literally one of the most iconic cards in the entire game. Like, Blue Eyes, Dark Magician Girl, Red Eyes, Summon Skull, like all of those old cards, if they do anything with those, you have a one of one of any of the things I just named. Like, you just don't get rid of it unless you really need the money. Wasn't the OCG normal monster BLS sold for like 100,000? GYBB, what are you talking about? We're doing top 4. This is round 5. Like right now. There's no top cut. The person who has the highest record after Swiss, has the highest standings after Swiss, wins the tournament. Yes, you definitely should have dropped if you didn't want to continue playing. The reason why I make these tournaments Swiss is because double elimination would take 8 hours, and single elimination would not allow people to actually use their jank decks if they lose once, which is like not fun. Swiss is the best option for allowing people to play in a tournament as long as they want, without like being forced out of it by single or double elimination, while also not taking the entire night, because it is late for everybody, except maybe the Cali people actually, but it's late for pretty much everyone else. And so yeah, these tournaments start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, which is where I live, and it's pretty late for me. Like right now it's 10 o'clock, and we have one more round to get through, so this probably will finish around like 11-ish. Oh, okay, it wasn't Dark Magician Girl, literally? Okay. A new spell card with Dark Magician Girl as the art. Also was numbered card 1 of 100. Yeah, I got the individually numbered part. But I didn't know that it wasn't literally Dark Magician Girl. At first, I thought that he was doing that thing that people do when they're salty and they start flipping coins, but he actually was resolving Blowback Dragon, which is so fucking funny. I was about to ban him. Like, I was about to be like, that is not okay. That is that, like, toxic DB behavior. Then I looked at the screen and I saw Blowback Dragon.
And then he saw him blown back.
Yeah, and he actually popped the Quitchy, I'm guessing?
Yeah, the Quitchy.
Blowback Dragon is a card I used to play before Monarchs. Like, before I had Zaborg and Ryza and all that stuff. Although I think that this card came out in the same set as Zaborg. But, like, I probably couldn't afford Zaborg, or I didn't have Zaborg or something like that. Yugioh was way different back then.
Yeah, all the newer product that's coming out that a lot of people are excited for is all legacy support stuff. There's like ritual chaos like support. That's actually pretty good. Some core, not core, cool DMOC cards. Dark Magician of Cards.
Yo, he's getting in there right now. Life Transer plus Breaker? Note to self, a single elimination without being single elimination. Exactly. Exactly, GYBU. Unless you want to really test your deck. Because, like, that is the point of it. For people who actually are trying to figure out if their deck works. And you could just get unlucky and lose one round, right? So, like, if you're like, I don't know if that was a really good way to determine if my deck works, I want to continue playing, then it's for that. Bubonic Vermin. This is such a fucking trolly card. So he's playing like Jinzo Beast. This is a deck of all time right here, chat.
Jinzo Beast.
Yeah, Jinzo Beast.
Jinzo Beast down.
Okay, I'm naming this deck PB&J for Psychic Beast Jinzo. I'm officially naming Omnipotent's deck PB&J. And I actually hope that it gets better after the ban list so that it's like Psychic, Beast, and Jinzo is actually so crazy. Like I'm playing PB&J. You can't tell me that's not an amazing name for a deck.
Great name.
PB&J. It's so good. Cole is definitely the most creative deck builder on the Edison Club. Yeah, I mean, I really like the idea in this deck so far. Although, I mean, he has Yugioh on the ropes. Yugioh's at 800 life points. But Yugioh also has like a shit ton of card advantage, and it looks like it's gonna be really hard to get through. Amazing off-the-cuff name. Thank you, Papicito. I was just staring at his graveyard, and I'm like, okay, there's Beast and there's Jinzo. But then I randomly saw Psychic Commander. Then I saw a second Psychic Commander, and I'm like, wait, he's playing, like, Psychics are a part of the deck. So, yeah. What kind of jelly you think Jinzo eats? Scrap jelly? There's a card called Scrap Lube. Just want to throw that out there. Just in case anybody was wondering.
Yep.
Scrap Lube.
Just info. Info for anyone who cared.
Yep. And only for those who cared. Is there a Solemn? Looks like there isn't. Do you think Dark World Monarch could see play? You mean like...
Just about to say, Monarchs are banned archetype, so... No? The answer's no?
There you go. I just assume he meant Edison format. Slay Spire 2 is coming out. I cannot wait. It's actually coming out too fast if you ask me.
It's coming up soon.
You hopping on that too, Stango?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Shit's gonna be crack. It's multiplayer too, bro.
Sense. wonder, can you even buy it now?
Can you what? No, you can't. I
see.
tried to buy it on Steam yesterday, and it just is not, like, it's not a thing. There's no price on it still, which I asked Kenny about on the podcast. I was like, is there supposed to be a price on it? Because I couldn't find one.
Listen, that's fucked up, because I feel like Steam's going down.
Oh,
That's
Steam is for sure. We are not getting that game at midnight tomorrow. Like,
yeah. Yeah, that shit is just getting cucked fully. I'm just getting fully blocked out on that. Block.
We all are. It's gonna crash Steam for sure. Like,
block.
I'm actually hoping that tomorrow morning when I wake up that you can like officially buy it and preload it or whatever, if they still do that type of thing, like a preload.
Yeah, they definitely do.
I mean, I guess you wouldn't need a preload for a Slay the Spire unless it's massive. You preloads are for like fucking 4K games and games that just have so much going on, like those free world roaming games. But you get the idea. Like, you download it the night before it comes out, and you just, when you start it, it says like this game will be available at midnight or something. Yo, Cranium Fish almost soloed someone officially in Jank format weeks ago. That shit was wild. The fish.
The fish.
I summoned the fish. Attack with the fish. Book of the Moon.
Book of the Moon. Book of the Moon.
See, you always pay 500, bro. I'm telling you. Even when it's a Psychic Commander versus Psychic Commander. Just tax each other. Fuck it. Tax.
It's actually interesting. What does Psychic Commander say? Is it's not like responsible, right? It would have to be during the damage. I'm like curious how like psychic games work. You know what I mean?
Stop. No, stop. Stop.
What do you mean stop? I want to know how psychic games work. Can
So
I not know?
So you go, I activate my Psychic Commander, and you pay 500 to activate the effect. I go, okay,
Yeah.
I'm paying 500 to activate mine as well. Like, what are we doing? Like, if you say, I'm not activating mine, then you're an idiot. Because now I'm activating mine, so...
Listen, sometimes you just want to play some psychic games, alright?
You basically have to pay 500. It's like a guaranteed 500 tax. Because the other person can just bully you out the pot. It's like poker.
They really can pull you out the pot.
Yeah, you don't want to get bullied out the pot. So, yeah, I think... I don't want to get bullied out the pot.
It's definitely not good to get bullied out the pot.
We're always paying 500. I will pay my last 500. If you get me to 500 and you make my Psychic Commander have sex.
You say GG's.
Yep. I'll be like, damn, bro, you got me. Because I'm paying. Ding.
Listen, the best lore about that video is the guy next to him literally loses all composure. Listen to him make these life point noises.
Love it.
He's like trying to do his duel, and he literally goes hand over face laughing.
Oh God, not Tim. How did you get here? How did you get in here, Tim?
He does like paying 500, don't you, Tim?
He does. He likes paying 500 too many times.
Yeah, you're a 500 connoisseur.
I cannot wait to ban Chaos Sorcerer and Five-Headed Dragon. Like, March cannot go fast enough. Decree.
Blow his shit. Blow his shit.
Blow his shit.
Get your back all blown.
Blow his shit. Blow his shit.
Nah, no need for an emergency ban list. They'll have their they'll have their day in the sun.
You know what's funny though, because there is a chance that like I accidentally unleash some toxicity into the world that just is like so oppressive. And yes, join Patreon to play. But there's a chance that I accidentally unleash something so toxic that like it needs to be emergency banned. So I was wondering what could cause an emergency ban list, and like Chaos Sorcerer and Five Headed are not emergency ban worthy. Like they're just not. Also, I just don't think that it will. I don't think I'll have to emergency ban something. And if I do emergency ban something ever, I'm being dramatic. Like it has to either be an FTK, which I highly doubt I'm going to accidentally allow an FTK, because usually FTKs are created by new things coming out, not by things getting banned. And I've banned so much of the cards that are like good in the format. So it's really unlikely that an FTK would be like a thing. Like an FTK born out of bans is weird. It could happen in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if it could happen in Edison though. The card pool I feel like is too small. Like, for example, Frog FTK, which is the format right after Edison, is born from something new. Just one new thing happening. Just one card coming out makes an FTK one of the most consistent FTKs of all time at that. Are you thinking of changing things on the real ban list, or is the jank ban list only additive? I have no intention on like changing things on the real ban list. So if you're asking me if I'm going to make like BLS legal, the answer is a hard no. Like I have no intention of taking things like there's not going to be a pot of greed or anything like that. We have a completely separate series for that, the What If series. But jank is not that. You got to remember what the name of this series is, what the name of this entire idea is. It's called jank. The ban list that Konami has in place is like it's meant to prevent the most broken things, and it's not in the spirit of jank.
Any plans for What If? We can actually get back to What If. I got a desk set up, so I can get on webcam again and we can do some videos.
Nice. We might record one soon then.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Somebody was asking about it earlier. He said need DMOC. DMOC's not a bad one. What's the last one? We did Disc Commander was the last one or no?
Yeah, I think Disc Commander was the last. Actually, I don't even remember.
I feel like it was Disc Commander, right? Or
yeah,
was it?
It had to be Disc Commander. There's just no way. Because we haven't gone back to a trap card. I know that.
Right. There's not that many banned, but yeah, like Ring of Destruction, Last Turn.
Yeah, but I remember like our formatting for it is that we were gonna like cycle.
Yeah. Well, we can't fully cycle because there's not an equivalent amount. So there does have to be some repeated things. Like I think there's more monsters on the ban list most likely than anything else. Have to look at it though. All cards on the ban list will get done at some point though. So like calling out random cards doesn't really do anything. Like they're all going to get talked about at some point. Yeah, I think my favorite one was Card to Safe Return so far. That shit just looked ridiculous. The double Card to Safe Return.
Yeah, Carter Safe one.
You will continue to ban new cards from the top tier jank until there are just the jankiest? Not necessarily. But I do want the format to get jankier. That is one of my goals. So I do want some of the more janky things to be like viable that are currently like still struggling. I will basically be buffing them by banning and like limiting other things that are very good that are also not as janky. I don't know why, but just sending the dust chute to the graveyard feels disrespectful. I know it's not, but it feels that way. The most disrespectful dust chute is when your opponent plays it as a spell card turn 1. They like do their turn. So let's say their turn was like summon swap frog, send treeborn frog, bounce swap frog to hand, and they go activate dust chute and pass. That is, to me, that is the most disrespectful dust chute. That's what my good friend Shaw McCabe does with dust chute. And I was like, that is not a fucking spell card, my guy. He's like, I don't care. Let me see your hand. I'm like, you're such an asshole. Come on, hand. I'm like, fuck you. Like, that shit is so ignorant.
I just realized, because I'm playing Hearthstone while we're just talking here, I just did the Hearthstone equivalent of brain control and like do something with your monster and it back. But it's like 5 times worse. Like, imagine in Yugioh if you could brain control your opponent's monster and put it back in your hand.
Odin, this is not a new outfit. I've worn this exact outfit probably 5 times on this channel now. Like, this outfit isn't even slightly new. Cowboy hat with the white tank top, the black tank top, the gold chain. Like, this is actually one of my like uniforms at this point. Yeah, I'm just telling you that you're wrong. That's all. I'm gonna do that during locals one day with one of my friends to troll. Yeah, playing Dust Chute as a spell, even though I'm aware of like that shortcut, I still don't do that. Like, I could adopt it, but I just don't do it. I think, yeah, I just don't do it. I do love McCabe's conviction, though, in believing that you do not need to have Dust Chute wait till your opponent MSTs or heavy storms it. I do like his belief that, and this is the belief of most of the top players, that like this card is so powerful and I'm good enough at the game that if I see your hand before you can do anything, I'm just going to beat you anyway, and I don't need you to MST heavy it or whatever to get any extra value out of it because this card is ridiculous. So I really, really do like that conviction that he has, and just being like, I'm activating this as a spell. I don't give a fuck if you were going to touch it. Do you have a timeline for this month's tournaments and locals? The locals are usually Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you're not in my Discord server, my tournaments don't really matter because you can't play in them unless you're in my Discord server. All of the information for my tournaments are either on the channel or on the Discord server. But predominantly they're in the Discord server. Just for anybody listening, not necessarily just you, Gustavo.
No,
but like you can't play in the tournaments unless you are in my Discord server. It is literally not a thing. And there are hundreds of people in my Discord server. There's actually 417 people in my Discord server. Oh, I don't fucking know. Keegan's server is open to the public. My server is not. My server is only open to people on my Patreon. It's not open to the public. You can't join my Discord server by just like asking. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not open to the public. And I like it that way. My server is very curated. It is very, very curated. A distinct group of players who honestly are very well behaved and just good people in general. Like, we really don't have many issues at all.
No one's really bad. It's more likely an outsider, like a first-time joiner, can cause a riot. There was that situation a few weeks ago.
That shit was so funny.
Yeah, the whole server just started jumping. They just started stomping on this shit.
Gustavo, you can just click the notification bell. It'll tell you when I go live. But yeah, typically this is around when I'm streaming. All right, looks like Sasha wins again. I think this is Sasha's third tournament. This is the third local he won, and he topped the 1K. So he's the king of jank so far, and this is a different deck. This is not what he normally plays. He normally plays Zeta Reticulate. So now he's on the Psychic.
Zeta.
I do think jank format rewards players who have strong technical skill. I think that is very obvious to me, because like Morph and Igera are like two really technically sound Yu-Gi-Oh players, and they do really well in jank format because you do need a lot of good technical and fundamental skills. Like, this format is going to test people's fundamentals as well as their deck building skills. I think fundamentals are tested a lot in this format. Like, you just need to know a lot of fundamentals. There's no other way to really say it. So yeah, there is that. Okay, well, the good thing is, since Igera went undefeated, the tournament is over because he guarantee is the #1 in standing. So we don't have to wonder if like tiebreakers or anything like that. There's no tiebreakers that we need to do. Is Believe in Jesus? Is this? He is in the tournament. So this guy, Believe in Jesus to be saved, is playing I'm not gonna say it. Oh, I was about to make such an ignorant joke. Oh, I was.
Now I want to know.
No, because I don't want to make fun of anyone. Like, I don't want to. I'll message it to you though.
Yeah, not for you, chat. If you want in on this joke, party member a higher tier. I see. Honestly, there's a lot of that going on. Yeah. Even the Sangan, you could even say the Sangan gets in on that.
Oh, anyway, change the subject, but yeah. I do like the counter decks. The counter decks are very, very good. All right, Matt wins. I have a question, Fraser. I'm not sure how familiar you are with Lightsworn. How do you know when to solo recharge first versus when to charge first? I think those decisions are based on hand. Like every other decision I make when I sequence. Sequencing is like a skill, right? Knowing how to sequence, my sequencing skills have been tested a lot because I play Froggo TK, which literally is a deck of sequencing. When to play Murray, when to play Pot, when to salvage, when to go for this, when to go for that. It's like all sequencing. The same is true with charge, recharge hands. Like, it's not just you play solo recharge first or you play charge of Light Brigade first. Everything in Yu-Gi-Oh! For me, I don't know how other people play. I don't know how the other top players think. But for me, everything is just based on my hand. Like, because the problem is when you convince yourself that there's only one way to do something every time, you lose out on the nuance that might end up winning you games or optimizing your games. So just think about that. Nuance is very important. It's the reason why a lot of the best players are the best players, is because we understand nuance. Because the average players or worse often are looking for an answer that they can always apply every time, and that just does not exist.
Yep. It may not even be entirely applicable, but I remember one time that you were talking about a misplay that you didn't even realize that you made, is when you like basically could have controlled Swap Frog bounce a Fosta and a like this was ages ago, and that's not even necessarily like
I remember all my misplays. My misplays keep me up at night.
Maybe that's like that bias in your mind where it's like the only way to bounce a monster with Swap Frog is bounce your own monster.
Yep.
But like if you don't even take that moment to be like, well, you can actually do that, you know?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Like if you only think in your head of Swap Frog
the only way to
use
Swap Frog bounce effect is only bounce my monsters.
Yeah.
Like, basically, if you have that in your mind, then like you can miss key things that can actually help you win a game.
And like you said, it's way deeper than that. Like I just think that more players need to open up their mind to nuance, because this game, Yu-Gi-Oh, there's just so many nuanced decisions being made in my brain. Again, I'm only speaking for myself. When I'm playing someone, I'm thinking about so many different things. What their deck is, what turn of the game is it, what information has been revealed, like what is my hand telling me, what is the next turn going to look like, what are the possible things that could go wrong based on if I do it this way. There's just a lot of decisions that are happening. Now, obviously these things aren't happening slowly, they're happening very rapidly, but they are happening. Like these are all decision trees that are happening in my mind when I sit down to play a game of Yu-Gi-Oh. And I think that some people look at a hand and they just kind of autopilot certain decisions, and I don't think that that is correct. I don't think there's anything wrong with looking at your opening hand and just taking like literally 30 seconds to 1 minute to just look at it. Instead of saying, oh, I have Rhoda, I'm going to Rhoda for Stratos, and like Summer Stratos get Alias or whatever, right? Like maybe you actually should start Rhoda for Alias and summon Alias and set Spark, right? Like it's just more to think about than just like every time you just Rhoda for Stratos if you can and get Alias. Is like there's times where that's just wrong. Like there are times where that is just the wrong decision. So anyway, I'm not going to rant too much about this, but I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's stream. I'm going to end it here. It's basically 11 p.m. and that's pretty good for me. 5 rounds, 11 p.m. Congrats to Sasha for winning again. And I'll be sending you your money as always. Sasha, I need you to get a PayPal, dog. Can you get a PayPal, please? Because I fucking hate using Cash App. Like, I just want to throw that out there. Can you just, I'm just going to put you on blast. Can you just get a PayPal like a normal person? Just get a PayPal, all right? Well, I've been paying you in fucking Cash App, all right? Just give me your PayPal, damn it. Like, give me your goddamn PayPal. I want your PayPal. I feel like I've been sending it to you in cash. Like, am I crazy or have I been sending you Cash App? Let me see. I have. Okay, yeah. Give me your PayPal. Like, PayPal is so much better. It's just so much better. Yeah, PayPal is easier for anyone who wins a tournament or gets money from my tournaments. PayPal is just easier. It does, like, I will send Cash App if all you have is Cash App, but I feel like I'm a little sketched out by somebody who only has Cash App and doesn't have the other apps, because Cash App is definitely like the ghetto. It's like, it is the fucking ghetto. Anyway, all right, guys, I love you all. I will catch you later. Yes, we are on our way to 11,000 subscribers. Somebody said that in the chat. Where is it? Somebody said we're blasting off to 11,000 or something like that. But yeah, we are on our way to 11,000 subscribers. So I haven't even really, honestly, once we reached 10K, I was so happy that I haven't really been tracking it like too much. I was really tracking it crazy when we were at like 9,000. But now we're officially, I just looked at it, we're at 10,600. So we're 400 subscribers away from being at 11,000, which is crazy. Because I feel like we just hit 10,000 a month ago, but here we are. All right, I'm going to end the stream here. I'll catch you all later. Peace. Also, check out tomorrow's video.